I just put out a video on the second channel about color calibration and why the process of figuring out how to do it reliably makes me want to blow up and die and die. And I got a ton of comments like this. Total Whack Job says, so like, why does it matter? You can calibrate your pro hardware perfectly and your actual audience are just going to view it on their random, cheap, uncalibrated monitors, and it's going to look different from the way you designed it anyway. Now, the first dozen of these comments that I got, they made me scream, but I understand where they are coming from. This is a practical question, and so I'm going to do the best that I can quickly to explain why no. So here's what I'm doing. I've got a couple different adjustment clips here. These are both just going to simulate different displays. Just roll with it. Here's my cat Gangrel, say hi. So I'm looking at this on display number 1. Display number 1 is, like, in this hypothetical, what I'm using to create stuff. And, like, just out the box, this image feels like there's not a lot of contrast in the dark areas. They're way too high. It's a bit green, very yellow, like, and the work should be done to fix this. So I've fixed it a little bit. I've done some adjustments here to the contrast to punch it up since it was very, very low before. I've balanced it out. I've taken that green hue out, just really basic stuff. I've tinted it a little bit and I've brought the temperature back to something cooler. So this feels a little more right to me. So I'm happy with this. I ship it out, I send it off, and here's what it looks like on someone else's uncalibrated display. What the fuck? What the... Okay, so the reason that this is so fucked up in comparison is because my monitor, the first one that I was working on, is not even close to baseline. It was distorting stuff a ton. Here's what the image actually looked like underneath all that correction I was doing. And then all that the other display did was just boost the contrast and make it a little bit colder. I was polishing a turd. So yeah, this is why it's important. It's not because you want people who watch your thing to see things perfectly as it was intended, because it's never going to happen. You're right, it will never happen. But you have to be able to trust that your display is reasonably accurate, because if it isn't, then you're going to be correcting for the shortcomings of your own display. And in doing so, you'll be creating new problems without even realizing it. Problems that you won't see until it's on something else.